Alright, so we finally making a film channel. Y'all know me, I've been a movie nerd forever. Horror especially. I'm not saying horror, I'm saying horror, like scary. But fuck it, we reviewing everything. Horror, action, fantasy, cinema. We smacking on all of it. This channel been collecting dust for hella long. Just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. So it's time to wake that ass up and actually do it right. And since this is the first random upload, I need y'all to run it up. Run up them likes. Let's shoot for 5K. I don't know why I said 5K. 5K is crazy. I doubt we even get 10 likes. Villains, drop the demons in the chat and act like you've been here. We about to get into that House of Dragon. This entire episode was insane. And yes, there will be spoilers in this bitch. Hold on, brother. The episode starts in the Vale. Sheepstealer swoops in and Kamehamehas a sheep, cooked him, hibachied him, and Rhaena's ass is really out here playing the world's most dangerous game of hide and seek. Sheepstealer is busy demolishing his food, and she's just sitting there watching him. Absolutely not. I wouldn't be within a 50-mile radius of that prehistoric gremlin. Look at him. He looks horrendous. His wings are cooked. His skin looks like expired beef jerky. He has the most diabolical underbite I've ever seen in my entire life. Jaw straight up sticking out like he lost a 1v1 against a castle wall and said, nah, I'm keeping the battle damage. This dude has been off the grid for decades. No humans, no dragon family reunions, no social interaction whatsoever, just sheep. So when Rhaena walks up speaking high Valyrian trying to bond with him, Sheepstealer looking at her like, I don't know what you even saying, but don't touch me. He knows 3 things and 3 things only: eat sheep, set trip on his mountain, and crash out on sight to any intruder. That's his entire operating system. There's no updates, there's no patches, just a Pharaoh Mountain demon software. Eventually Rhaena reaches out and touches Sheepstealer, and that dragon immediately turns his head like, touch me again and I'm about to bite your head off. He was giving straight Omni-Man energy. He said, I will absolutely fold your entire bloodline if you keep playing with me. I don't know you. One more hand on my scales and I'm turning this into the season finale. But because Rhaena has that dragon blood in her veins, she ended up being able to calm him down enough to climb on his back. And this crackhead dragon doesn't even give her a chance to process it. He hit the gas on her, flew off. Rhaena holding on for dear life, moving with 0 driving experience, just toss the keys and she has to figure it out. Meanwhile, back at the Red Keep, Aemond's bitch ass is on straight demon timing. He goes and he wakes up Maester Orwyle at 3 in the morning with Blackfire, Aegon the Conqueror's actual sword. Not even his sword, by the way. His brother is walking around looking like melted ice cream, so he figured the sword is his. And now it's sitting on Orwyle's neck asking where he went because his melted ice cream brother is missing. I would have started telling him everything you wanted to know. Just lying to lie. My social security number, my favorite color, the names of my future grandchildren, everything would have came through. Orwyle probably woke up confused as hell. One eye is staring into your soul, Valyrian steel at your throat, hair looking majestic for absolutely no reason. So yeah, it's over.
I sentence you to die.
No, my prince! It appears Lord Laris has fled the keep as well.
Meanwhile, Aegon and Laris are already gone. They dipped. Laris, the master of whispers, the kingdom's greatest strategist, packed the king of Westeros into a livestock wagon. That was the master plan. Just some hay in a wooden cart and faith in the process. And you just know it stank like booty cheeks in there.
That shit stank, don't it? Ugh.
So Aegon is in the back of this cart going through medieval perk detox in real time.
I need milk of the poppy.
Begging for milk of the poppy, and Laris is basically telling him to thug it out. Pure evil. He is sweating, hallucinating, fighting for his life.
And a cripple for a protector.
Calling Laris crippled when you look like somebody balled up a piece of paper and threw it in a fireplace is insane. That's wild. Then they get stopped by guards loyal to Rhaenyra, who basically said, swear loyalty to the queen or you're not going anywhere. And this idiot still can't do it. But he got all this pride while looking like a melted mozzarella stick. Bruh, your skin is medium well, you're laying in hay, and you smell like a petting zoo section at the county fair. This is not the time to stand on business. And Laris is a different breed of evil. He did not hesitate, didn't even stutter, didn't even pretend to think about it.
It's because he is Aegon Targaryen. He is Aegon Targaryen. Targaryen.
Bruh pointed right at Aegon like, yep, that's him. I was crying. This man will sell out anybody. Nobody in this universe has day one friends. You are not safe. Your close closest ally today is your biggest op by lunchtime. Now they're headed to Duskendale, and honestly, whatever happens next is probably going to be an absolute disaster. Clearly, Laris has some type of plan up his sleeve, but still.
You can name your price for delivering him and his most trusted confidant.
Laris really hit him with the corporate sales pitch and saved Aegon's crispy ass at the last second. Them guards was dead ass finna pack him out, turn him into a history lesson, but Laris said, nah, hold on gang, alive equals a bigger bag.
Who were they then?
No one of consequence.
And in doing that, this jackass basically got them random peasants driving the hay cart absolutely smoked for no reason. Them folks was just clocking in, trying to make it home to their families. They ain't know who Aegon was. Laris really said, some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. They were probably sitting there like, bro, we didn't even know that the candle wax melted action figure was the king. So Rhaenyra calls the Black Council together because Alicent pulled up last episode talking about, yeah, I'll open the gates to King's Landing, no bloodshed. We can do this the easy way. And Rhaenyra bought that package immediately. She is cheesing from ear to ear. She already got the victory speech drafted in her head. She's mentally picking out curtains for the Red Keep before they even left Dragonstone. The council is trying to raise actual concerns, talking strategy, possible traps, everything, and she is operating on pure delusion. Nobody in that room could have told her a damn thing. You know how when somebody makes up their mind, but they still call a meeting just for the decoration? That's exactly what this was. She heard absolutely none of it. King's Landing was already hers in her mind, and everybody else was just background NPC dialogue at this point, just stand-ins. And this is the part where Rhaenyra starts stressing me the fuck out. I mean, Alicent seems genuine. She literally risked her life sneaking into Dragonstone. She betrayed her own side. She looks exhausted. She wanted out. Fine, I buy it. But ma'am, are we seriously doing selective memory right now? Fuck all that. This is still the same woman that spent years helping create this entire disaster. The same political circus that turned your life upside down. You lost family behind this bride. Trauma got trauma. And now one emotional conversation later, we're acting like everything got patched in the latest update. Absolutely not. Matter of fact, drag her to prison. Off with her head. Dracarys this bride. I don't care if Alicent pulled up with tears in her eyes, a peace treaty and a 7-page Google Doc explaining her feelings. This is war. Miss me with all that lovey-dove connection, friendship, lore when dragons are dropping out of the sky. She gives people one opportunity to seem sincere and suddenly the trust meter fills right back up to 100%. Your enemies have had a flawless KD ratio against your good intentions for the last 2 seasons now. At what point do we stop opening the door for everybody? When are you gonna lock in? So now Rhaenyra starts moving like the mission already got completed, as if King's Landing is already hers. Like Aegon is sitting in a dungeon waiting for her to clock in and smack him. She tells the council they're marching in 2 days and immediately turns her ears off. No backup plan, no strategy, no what if this is a setup? No what if Aemond is still lurking around ready to crash the entire function? This is running a whole war off of a verbal agreement from the ops mama. That is not a strategy, that is delusion. You're delusional. Hope is cute, hope is inspirational, but hope is not a strategy. That's how House Stark spent 8 seasons getting packed up. Even though Ned is from the future, that's why he's not here in the future either, because he was running off of hope. You cannot run a war off hope. This is the same universe where being honorable gets your ass invited to a wedding. Rhaenyra has suffered way too much to still be this trusting. And now we cut back to Alicent getting home expecting to see Aegon half dead on the throne, doped up and miserable. Nope, it's Aemond, sitting on the Iron Throne with Blackfire in his hand, looking like bruh finally unlocked the skin he's been grinding for his entire life. And honestly, he probably did. This man lost an eye at 8 and immediately unlocked his villain origin story. Stole Vhagar, and ever since then he's been grinding for this exact moment, like LeBron chasing the all-time scoring record. The problem is Alicent's entire little peace package is falling apart in real time, because the deal only works if Aegon is there for Rhaenyra to make an example out of him. No Aegon, no agreement. So now Alicent gotta start freestyling the situation before everything blows up in her face. Then we cut to Riverlands and Daemon is having the absolute time of his life. Bloody face and all, cleaning up what's left of the Lannister army. Meanwhile, Caraxes is in the background, eating like a fat broad at Golden Corral on a payday. Bruh saw one battlefield and said, yeah, I'm getting seconds, thirds, and a plate for the road. Daemon probably gave the approval in his mind, but Caraxes was already 10 bodies deep before the thought even finished loading. They even cut to a scene where the lion, they were shanking him. They were shanking the lion. They let the lion out the cage and immediately got his ass packed up. Then all of a sudden out of the woods comes this army of old northern killers led by Roddy the Ruin. And this man casually throws Jason Lannister's severed head at Daemon's feet like he's dropping off a DoorDash order. Then he says, we've come to die for the Dragon Queen. That was some dramatic ass shit. These old heads marched all the way from the north fully prepared to cash out for honor and duty. I respect it. If Ned Stark could see this, he's smiling. He's like, yeah, that's what we is. We the North. What you mean? Then we got Kristen Cole and Gwaine Hightower. And Cole is absolutely cooked mentally. He's reached that stage where nothing means anything to him anymore. Rhaenyra really did a number on this man. He let that cat drive him crazy. His soldiers are committing war crimes. They're pillaging and raping. And this man is standing there talking about we all become monsters in the end.
We'll all become beasts before our end.
Shut up, bitch!
If you don't shut your emo ass up, Gwaine Hightower is looking at him in disgust. Like, ugh. He is in complete disbelief while Cole is giving reject Joker monologues in the middle of a battlefield. You're not the Joker, you're just weird. Now over at the God's Eye, you got Ulf with Silverwing, Hugh with Vermithor, and Adam with Sea Smoke. They're all waiting to jump Aemond when Vhagar flies through. 3 dragons against 1. But Ulf is already spending money he hasn't earned. Brez already talking about the castle he's gonna get. A castle. What castle? Rhaenyra said she's making you a knight. She said a knight, my boy. She never said a damn thing about real estate. Adam and Hugh are looking at each other like parents letting their kid finish a ridiculous story before correcting him. Then they break the news to him. Lords get castles, knights get horses. And you could physically see Ulf's soul and spirit leaves his body. You could tell he wanted to cry. I mean, the level of greed never ends well. Ulf is a walking problem waiting for the right moment to become everybody else's headache. I mean, the entitlement is loud as hell. Just because you have a dragon doesn't mean you need a castle. Chill out, man.
Is that a fact, or are you just making that shit up?
No.
Then the psychopath lands on top of a mountain, a higher mountain, and he just leaves her. He left. At that point, I'm gonna be the one crashing out. Cause now you got no food, no water, no shelter, no shampoo. I mean, she needs a retwist. She needs some beeswax. She needs her ass washed, and absolutely no clue where the hell this giant lizard went. Is he ever coming back? Alicent also forges a letter in Aemond's name, telling Ormond Hightower to keep his 15,000 men parked for 3 more days. Stay there and don't leave. That's all Rhaenyra needs to take King's Landing before the cavalry pulls up. Alicent goes straight to Helena for information because let's be honest, that's basically the kingdom spoiler department at this point. Helena already knows how the season ends. She's just waiting for everybody else to catch up. She got that energy of somebody who already watched the spoilers and knows everybody in the room is about to die for no reason. She tells Alicent that Aemond is actually scared.
He forgot what fear was, but he remembers now. He knows that if he has to face Rhaenyra's dragons, he'll die.
Not of a dragon, not of 2 dragons, but all 10 of them. Because claiming Vhagar made that man feel untouchable. But 10 on 1, that's a different kind of tax bracket of problems entirely. And the second Alicent hears that, she locks in. You can literally see the gears turning like, oh, okay, bet. She's already putting the next play together in her head. And then the camera cuts back to Rhaena's ditzy ass and her YN. And while she tries to process this, the gremlin returns out of nowhere carrying cooked sheep. And just like a YN, he came back abruptly, saying, my bad, I was just play mad. I know you hungry, hold up. He went to go pick up dinner. He said, hey, my fault, gang, you a guest. Let me go get you something to eat real quick. That was a genuine bond. This dude kidnapped her, vanished for 20 minutes, and came back with takeout. And somehow that secured the alliance. The most toxic origin story anyone could ever imagine. And you know what? I respect it. Everybody's cool when food's involved. And Rhaena started to tear that sheep up. Back at the Red Keep, Sheep, Alicent sits Aemond down and starts saying everything this man has wanted to hear since he was a little ugly ass kid. You should have been king. I failed you. You're my best son. And he was drinking that validation like somebody who'd been crawling through the desert for 20 years. The crazy part is he believed every word because he needed to. The one person whose approval he spent his entire life chasing finally gave it to him. And now he's sitting there trying to process his weird emotions he never had access to. The poor bastard doesn't even know what to do with himself. So Alicent starts working that fear angle too. She uses everything Rhaena told her and basically convinces Aemond that staying in King's Landing with 10 dragons circling overhead is a terrible idea. Go fight Daemon in Harrenhal. Take your chances over there. Aemond actually buys it. Cool, great, fantastic. But hold the fuck on. Everybody pause. Actually, don't pause. Fast forward, because right here, right before this man leaves, after getting the maternal affection he's been begging for his entire life, this absolute psychopath nutcase decides the correct response is to kiss his own mother on the mouth.
What the fuck are you doing, bud?
What are you doing?
Nigga, what the fuck is you doing in the video?
I am not farming clips. I am not rage baiting. That actually happened. He tongued down his mother like he was heading off to war, leaving his wife, and then walked out the room with a clear conscience. Aemond has no clue what normal love looks like. Dude has been emotionally malnourished since childhood. I understand that, but damn it, this is not House Targaryen. You made them look like saints. This was more disgusting than Rhaenyra dating Daemon, her own uncle. This was some other shit. I know the Targaryens got their own Alabama cinematic universe going on. Their family tree is fighting for his life on a daily basis. But Alicent is a high tower. Not only that, at least the Targaryens has an excuse. The Targaryen dragon blood are dragon riders, so they try to keep the bloodline. It's disgusting as hell, but I can understand it. Alicent will never be a Targaryen. She's not born one. You did that with her for no reason. That shit is sick. She absolutely did not raise the boy for that moment, and the worst part, she can't even react. She has to just take it in. She needs his ass on Vhagar and headed to Harrenhal immediately, or her entire scheme explodes. So she just has to eat that emotional flashbang in the face in real time and keep it pushing. I have never felt so bad for somebody I don't even root for. I hate her guts, and at that moment I felt so bad. Aemond kissed his mother, promised to bring back Daemon's head, and left like he earned a gold star. Meanwhile, Alicent is standing there traumatized. She was literally trying to have a normal one-on-one conversation with her son. And Aemond always had crazy mommy issues. There was plenty of times where it was like, okay, buddy. He spent his whole life begging for love and validation, feeling like nobody ever loved him the way he needed them to. And the second Alicent finally gives him some affection, this man goes full weirdo. He doesn't know how to process it. He think he being hit on. He like, okay, hold up. She feeling me right now. No. Meanwhile, Alice Rivers, the haunted Victorian woman living at Harrenhal, randomly tells the Dragon Seeds they need to get back to Dragonstone immediately because the queen needs them. Nobody sent a raven. Nobody gave her updates. Nobody told her a damn thing. She just knew. And she popped in while Ulf was taking a dump. Stinking. I'm glad we didn't see that angle. We didn't need to see that. I could smell him through the screen. Baela comes flying back to Dragonstone talking about the Triarchy fleet just pulled up and the Battle of the Gullet is popping off right now. So naturally, Rhaenyra's first instinct is bet. I'm getting on Cyrax. But then Jace cock blocking ass. This 16-year-old little menace looks at his own mother dead in the eyes and says, absolutely not. Go to your room.
If you die, then you will at last be king.
He convinced the Queen's Guard to lock their own queen in the room. Her own son grounded her. That is generational levels of disrespect. She needs to go upside his head with a belt. Rhaenyra is beating on the door till her hands are bleeding, talking about how she has the heart and the spirit of a king.
He wishes only to protect you.
I never asked to be protected. I may appear to have the weak and feeble body of a woman, but I possess the heart and spirit of a king.
And honestly, I believe she really does. They won't give her a chance to battle at all. And that's gotta be a sucky ass feeling. Her child, her own seed, just hit her with the parental controls and took away her screen time. And that Queen's Guard, man, he's cooked. As soon as them doors open, his head might be on a swivel. Yeah, if I was him, I would just leave immediately. Jace talks Baela into going on a straight up suicide mission. And this man got the craziest look in his eyes. He is locked in. He's excited as hell, finally getting a chance to get his feet wet in an actual battle.
We can win this victory for her.
Jace got that inbred Targaryen stare, looking absolutely unhinged. Dude looked way too happy to be volunteering for something that could get everybody killed. Jace and Baela headed toward the battle, and Baela's face is screaming, man, what the hell are we doing? She looked at Jace like this entire operation sounds terrible. Now, the Ballad of the Gullet, the second it starts, everything goes to shit. Ships are on fire. People are dying. The whole ocean looks like somebody dropped a match into pure chaos.
Nah, I turn this bitch up, I don't care who in here. You had that pole for a minute, it's a souvenir. Got me on his GPS, I keep a shooting there. And this ocean need a vest and some scuba gear.
Tyrion Lannister going through absolute hell. Him and Lohar are arguing over battle strategy, but as the conversation goes on, we realize Lohar doesn't actually care about the Greens whatsoever.
For the terms of the contract!
I sealed your contract for him.
The alliance was never about helping Aegon win the war. Lohar only took the deal because it gave her the opportunity to finally get revenge. She only had her sights on Corlys Velaryon for all the Triarchy men he's killed over the last 20 years, and that's the only real mission. As a part of that, she plans on sending a chunk of her massive fleet to High Tide to sack the castle and the surrounding lands. And the craziest part is she has so many ships and soldiers that she can afford to do it without weakening her main forces. So for Lohar, this isn't politics, this is personal, and she's been waiting a long time to settle that score. They are going full stupid. Fire is everywhere, ships crashing into each other like it's a medieval Mario Kart lobby. People getting obliterated left and right. Nobody knows what the hell is going on anymore. How could you even tell who is who? Corlys starts trying to dip out, thinking he can just disengage and reset the match, and Lohar is right on his ass. Lohar said, nah, it's not GG's, we are on your helmet, we are on your line, we are about to clock your ass. There is no fast travel, there is no leaving the server, there is no we'll fight another day. Lohar been waiting 20 years for this smoke, and she is moving like a debt collector that finally got your new address. However, Corlys sees it. He trying to bait her the whole entire time, trying to bait that ass in Dragon's Teeth, this tight rocky passage near Dragonstone where the water gets shallow and escape options disappear real fast. But Lohar does not give a single fuck about the Greens or the Blacks. She's already told that to Tyrion. This beef is personal. Corlys is the only assignment and everybody else is just splash damage. Before all hell broke loose, Corlys actually had a real moment with Adam of Hole, the son he left out in the mud and never even gave his damn last name to. Now all of a sudden it's time for an apology tour. Adam is not buying that shit. He's like, where were you? You left. You gave me no name, no title, no father-son fishing trips, nothing. Now you want to clock back in as dad because the world is ending. And even with all that tension, you could tell there's something there. The connection is real, even if the resentment is louder. Then we cut back to Jace and Baela that pulled up on Vermax and Moondancer and start cooking. They start frying the Triarchy ships immediately. The problem is they came prepared. They got dragon killing hardware on deck. And Vermax catches a harpoon damn near the moment he enters the fight. Jace is panicking. Vermax is struggling. The entire situation starts going to absolute shit at lightning speed. And like a real one, Baela helps him out. We cut back to Corlys and the water is shallow. The rocks are everywhere. One bad move and everybody has to swimming home. Somehow this old man threads that needle perfectly. Even Adam had to sit there like, alright, damn, deadbeat or not, Pop still got it. He got that dog in him. But then Corlys looks up and sees High Tide burning. His castle, his legacy. I mean, everything he's built is burning into a barbecue pit in real time. He zones out, having mid-panic attack. That man completely shut down. The aura disappeared instantly. Meanwhile, Lohar does not give a single fuck about anybody's emotional journey. She got through the passage too. She didn't do it with skill though. She ain't got them handles like Corlys. No, she threw Tylan's ass overboard. She said, get your fat ass off my ship. And the second she saw an opening, she slammed straight through Corlys's ship. Straight up generational hating at this point. And just when you thought the battle couldn't get any worse, you thought the sea had already seen enough blood, enough fire, enough absolute foolishness, a new presence enters the battlefield. Out of the clouds, out of nowhere, this massive shadow comes gliding over the horizon, like the final boss just loaded into the cutscene. The crash out meter instantly goes from 80 to 1,000. Rhaena pulls up on Sheepstealer. Instead of going home to wash her ass and learn how to train her damn dragon, she tells Sheepstealer to start burning shit. They speak two different languages. Sheepstealer turns into a full-blown YN. The second he saw the Battle of the Gullet, his entire demeanor changed. He spent his whole life isolated in the mountains with no guidance, no structure, and no OGs. Nobody to put him on. He has an underbite that says he's been ready to beef with the world since birth, and somebody finally gave him legal authorization to wild the fuck out. So now you drop him into a war zone with fire screaming and hundreds of people running around. Oh, he found his purpose. He looked around and said, nah, this is what I was born to do.
Hold on, brother.
Sheepstealer is basically King Von reincarnated as a dragon. That nigga does not do negotiations. Bruh is committed to go full GTA. Sheepstealer puts his poo shiesty on in his black Air Forces, maybe even his black Timbs. The Dragon Demon. He stomped on everybody and everything. A professional crash out with a 30-foot flamethrower attached to his face. He does not know who the good guys are. He does not know who the bad guys are, nor does he not care. That man sees movement and immediately clocks in for work. The most dangerous thing you could give a lifelong YN is legal permission to wild out, and that's what exactly Rhaena just did. Friendly ships getting burned, enemy ships getting burned. Then this motherfucker turns around and starts pressing Moondancer, Baela's dragon, Rhaena's actual sister. Rhaena is screaming commands in High Valyrian, trying everything she knows, and this dragon is operating on pure demon language. She is not in control, and she never was. At this point, Rhaena is a hostage, and honestly the signs was always there. His name is Sheepstealer, not some majestic noble ass name. He has a felony ass name. That is a name that comes with court dates and an ankle monitor. You cannot bring an unsupervised mountain crash out with zero training, zero discipline, and centuries of built up hatred to the biggest battle of the war, and then act shocked when he treats everybody like an op. The job description was literally in his name. Rhaena hired a professional menace, a YN. I mean, just think about this from Sheepstealer's perspective for a second, because bruh, this dragon survived 80 to 90 years, avoiding literally everyone and every living thing on the planet. He was chilling in the mountains eating sheep, minding his absolute business, not bothering a single soul. And the one person he finally decided to trust in almost a century of living, the one individual he let get close enough to bond with him. Remember, he brought her sheep. He fed her. He fed her, and she took him straight to a civil war. What kind of thank you was that? She did not ease him in. She didn't even explain to him anything of what was going on. Did not do any kind of introduction. Did not say, hey, there are other dragons and boats, and we are gonna go practice first. None of that. She went straight to hard mode. Said, forget the tutorial, forget the practice rounds, forget the warm-up. We are going directly to the most chaotic naval battle in history of Westeros, with the dragon who has never seen any living creature besides sheep in his entire life. Zero preparation, zero training. She went straight from first ride to war in the same afternoon, and you wonder why he crashed out on everybody in sight. He's panicking. Of course he's gonna crash out. He barely even understands Valyrian. He has been talking exclusively to sheep for decades. You are up here screaming commands in a language he half understands. He is getting hit in the face with harpoons and arrows from every directions, and then he sees two other dragons in the air that he has never seen before in his life, and he does not know if they are threats or not, so he decided they are threats. He started a set trip. I mean, from his perspective, every single thing in the air is an enemy. You never gave him the context to know otherwise. Nobody gave him the context. Rhaena just pointed him at the battle and said go. What did she think was gonna happen? Sheepstealer kept chasing Moondancer. He was not stopping. Baela tried to dip. This crash out dragon was fully committed. Rhaena can't stop him, can't redirect him. Meanwhile, Corlys and Lohar finally run the fade on the ship. They trade in blows. Corlys gets one in. Lohar eats that shit, smacks him in the face, grabs an axe, hits him in the back, and sends this old man straight into the ocean in full armor. And he hit that water dressed like a medieval refrigerator. Your ass is going down. Adam sees all this and instantly locks in. Not even on some emotional father-son shit. More like, nah, you're not ending the old man before I can get there. So he handles Lohar himself. Got her up out of there. And while that's happening, Vermax catches another harpoon and starts sinking fast. Because Jace sees Rhaena on Sheepstealer and he hesitates because that's family. That was his bad decision. He shouldn't have hesitated. I would have just had to let it happen. Oh well. Jace begging Vermax to fly away. And Vermax looking at this man like, bruh, I'm fucking drowning. Do you not see the ocean? I got 2 harpoons in my ass, water in my lungs, and you talking about some fly away. Vermax is actively sinking to the bottom of the sea, fighting for his life. He is seeing the 7 in 4K, and Jay still over here giving motivational speeches. Vermax probably looking at him like, my boy, this mission is failed. Clock out. I'm not beating these allegations or these currents. It's done. So Vermax goes under with Jay strapped in. He frees himself, comes back up for air. You get that tiny little moment of hope, and then the Triarchy fills him with arrows. Bro, what are you doing? You just got shot. You are in the middle of the ocean. Go under the water. Why are you turning around slow, looking confused? He stared at the Triarchy like they were about to apologize, and he really let them turn his ass into a target dummy. Dive, swim, do some. You got people on boats with arrows pointed directly at your forehead, and your game plan is to sit there buffering. I mean, survival instincts left the chat entirely. No speech, no dramatic goodbye, no heroic last stand. He's just gone, floating in the water like the war never gave a fuck about who he was. Baela tried to get to Jace, but he was already too far gone. Nothing left to save, nothing left to do. And yeah, the Blacks technically won the battle, but won what exactly? Jace is dead, Vermax is dead, Corlys got dropped into the ocean wearing enough metal to sink a small village. Thailand is somewhere doing the same thing, just drowning. And Sheepstealer the YN, the King Von with the underbite, and Black Tim's laced up. He did more friendly fire than the damn Triarchy. He does not believe in teamwork. He believes in equal opportunity. And now Rhaenyra, who is still grounded in a room by her dead teenage son, is about to find out she lost another child. I genuinely feel for her because 2 of her sons have now died in dragon-related crash-out incidents. 2. And I gotta keep it real, a lot of this was avoidable. If Rhaena would have just taken her musty ass and her mountain lizard back to the house and chilled out for a second, instead of bringing an unsocialized YN into the biggest battle of war, Jace might still be here. Vermax might still be here. Rhaena done pulled the dumbest tactical move of the entire conflict and sold the damn game. Nobody won this episode. Aemond is on his way to Harrenhal. Aegon somewhere still looking like somebody left him in the air fryer too long, just melted. Alicent somewhere traumatized. Vermax is sinking in the water, and Jace is floating, looking like a wet pincushion. Season 3 said fuck character development, fuck everybody, y'all all could get traumatized equally.